What's good, YTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. So the fight between Jack Culcay, the WBA junior middleweight regular champion, and Demetrius Andrade, that was supposed to happen this weekend actually in Germany, but was called off. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of stuff going on with this fight, a lot of pointing the finger back and forth. But anyways, the WBA has ordered a second purse bid for this fight, you know what I'm saying? Because the first purse bid was won by the Sauerlands. That's Jack Culcay's promoters. You know what I'm saying? And the purse bid they won was $424,000 and 140 four $424,000 and 14400. You know what I mean? And like I said, the bout was scheduled in Germany, but there wasn't any TV exposure here in the United States for this fight. You check it. Now the WBA has ordered a second purse bid. You know what I mean? Because that first fight didn't go through. You check it. And Demetrius Andrade, you know what I mean? His team is basically saying that the Sauerlands and Jack Culcay's team, they were making some crazy demands, you know what I mean? They sent in a contract, and the contract entailed that the man Demetrius Andrade has to appear for every public appearance. Otherwise, he'll get fined $100,000. You know what I'm saying? And that was a contract sent to them on September the 1st. You know what I mean? And they said, but Demetrius Andrade's team, they said that contract was unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Because basically they couldn't make them appearances every single time, them public appearances. Plus, Jack Culcay was also dictating what kind of gloves Demetrius Andrade should wear. You know what I mean? So Andrade refused to sign the contract, and the WBA, they intervened, you know what I mean? They got in between and they came up with their own contract, you know what I'm saying? A standard agreement for both sides to sign on October the 24th, you know what I mean? And according to the man Demetrius Andrade's promoters, they said they signed the 4-page agreement a day later, you know what I'm saying? And they said in the contract, Andrade would be able to pick his own gloves, you know what I mean? In this WBA contract that got drafted on October the 24th, you know what I'm saying, for them to sign. You check it. And there will be no financial penalties if the man Demetrius Andrade did not appear for public appearances, you know what I mean? But, you know, the Sauerlands and these people, they didn't sign their end of the contract, you know what I mean? So basically Demetrius Andrade and his team, they trying to say that this guy Jack Culcay and them, they didn't want to fight, you know what I'm saying? You know, because actually these two guys have met in the amateurs. You check it, and the man Demetrius Andrade beat this guy, you know what I mean? So that's why Demetrius Andrade's team, they saying they stalling, you know what I mean? You check it, but now the man, the Sauerlands, they talking about that Demetrius Andrade was talking to the WBC and the WBO and trying to get, you know, potential title shots. You know what I mean? Trying to get future fights, you know what I mean? Trying to be high up in their rankings. While he's fighting for this supposed to be fighting for this WBA regular title, you know what I mean? But what's his name? Demetrius Andrade's team, they basically denied that, you know what I'm saying? They said they haven't talked with these other sanctioning bodies in a while, but they said they've talked to the WBO rankings because, you know, they said at the convention in Puerto Rico last month, and they just said to keep Demetrius Andrade high up in their rankings, you know what I mean? That's why they did, you know, what they said at the WBO convention. So, you know, there's a lot going on with this fight, and that why it hasn't happened, you know what I'm saying? And this is basically an article you could check out for yourself on Ring Magazine, you know what I mean? I'm going to leave the description, the links in the description box. You check it. And the Sauerlands, they said that they had a 31-page, 31-page contract, you know what I mean? That they sent a 31-page contract, and it had all kind of clauses and stuff, all kind of stuff that, you know, that Demetrius Andrade's team wasn't feeling, you know what I mean? That's why there was a delay on signing these contracts, you know? But it's to me, I don't know. Demetrius Andrade, his promotional team, man, they've been funny style, and he himself, the way he's been doing business, been funny style. Ever since he declined to take that fight that he was initially supposed to fight with Jamel Charlo, now the WBC holder. It was supposed to be on Showtime. And then, the man declined that, and he was supposed to be getting some money from the Rock Nation, and I guess he didn't get that money, so he's suing them, and, it's all kind of stuff going on. But, if you ask me, I think the man Demetrius Andrade would rather go a different route than this WBA title. Not because he can't beat this guy, Jack Culcay. No, that's not the reason, you know what I mean? I think he'd rather go the WBO title, you know what I'm saying? Try to get a fight with Canelo. That's a big payday. That's a guy he could possibly beat to become a star, you know what I mean? I think that's going to be a tough fight for the man Canelo, you know what I'm saying? I think Demetrius Andrade could win that fight. And Canelo, too, he could win that fight, too. But, as far as styles, man, I don't think Canelo can cope with a style like Demetrius Andrade, you know what I mean? You check it. So I think he'd rather go that route rather than go this WBA route and eventually have to fight Landy Lara. You know what I'm saying? You check it. Landy Lara is a guy, who's a WBA super champion at junior middleweight. You know what I mean? And there's a guy who's beat Demetrius Andrade in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think in my opinion, I don't think the man Andrade even wants that fight right now. He don't talk about Lara that much. All he says is, all Lara talks about when he beat me in the amateurs. I was such and such age. I was a young buck, man. I wasn't even well seasoned. Those are the kind of things he says about Lara, but he never mentions that he wants to fight him, you know what I mean? You check it. So, I think, hopefully, man, they can get this fight happening with Jack Culcay, you know what I'm saying? So at least he can get a kind of bargaining chip in with that WBA regular title if he beats him. And if like I said, I don't think he wants to fight with Lara. So I could see where both guys are basically divulging in the situation and pointing the finger at each other because Jack Culcay probably doesn't want to fight. They've lost to this guy in the amateurs, and the man Demetrius Andrade would rather have a fight in the United States fighting against guys who are well known on American TV than fighting in Germany and having to agree to all these clauses and all these contract stipulations that Jack Culcay and the Sauerland promotions are trying to put on him, you know what I mean? But we'll never know, man. Demetrius Andrade, to me, his career is going kind of backwards, ever since he had that WBO belt, you know what I'm saying? If you really look at his resume, he's a talent, you know what I'm saying? He's a great talent, but the best names on his resume are guys like Vanis Martirosyan and what's this guy, Willie Nelson, you know what I mean? Now, as you check a guy like even Jamel Charlo, who's the one who holds the IBF strap, he fought a lot of nobodies until then he got up in the ring with the guy K9 Bondridge and then Austin Trout. Those are two better names than the guys on Andrade's resume. You know what I'm saying? So Andrade got to step on the gas, man, and he needs to move his career forward, man, because all these setbacks and fights not happening, man, is not a good look. You know what I mean? So let me know in the comment section what you think about the WBA ordering a second purse bid, and let me know what you think and who you think's on the right, whether it's Jack Culcay's side or Demetrius Andrade, or both of these guys are trying to avoid the fight. Let me know. B Marsh Boxing. Thanks for listening. Peace.